Hi folks, and welcome to Be Green. I'm your host Todd Weatherill, and thanks for tuning in today. We got a great show. We're going to go visit a hotel here in Santa Monica that's certifiably green. We're also going to take an old bicycle out of the garage and see if we can piece it back together. And then we're going to go visit Natalie, who's doing some good work. But first, how can you be eco-friendly and still be on your computer? I'll tell you after we take a little trip. You know, with the economy the way that it is, it's a little tough to afford plane tickets around the United States. So why not just stick around in our town, Santa Monica, and do a little staycation? I'm a little picky. I like green businesses. And this Ocean View Hotel, they're certified green business. Let's go in, check out the ocean views, and see what's really green. Traveling can be stressful, but this bed's got my name on it. After a good nap, I'm gonna go figure out what makes this hotel green.
Hi, sir.
Hey,
how can I help you?
Actually, I heard this was a green certified hotel, and I was wondering if someone could give me some information about that.
Oh, yes, we are. My name is Robert Farzam. I'm the owner and general manager of the hotel.
We ran into the right guy right here. Owner and manager. Very good, Robert. First of all, you guys are green certified business with the city of Santa Monica, right?
Yes, we are.
What did you do to get that certification?
Well, we have a lot of programs in place at our hotel, which starts with the staffing of our hotel. All of our employees turn off the lights when the guests are not in the room. We also have training where they turn off the heating and air conditioning.
In the individual rooms?
In individual rooms,
Oh, very
yes.
good. So if you're staying there, they jack the heater AC up, but if you leave the room, they take it off.
Correct. We do that to save energy. We really care about the environment, and it also helps on our energy bills as well.
Tell me this, you also encourage guests to be a little bit environmentally friendly here by using less. How do you do that?
We have signs in the rooms that says if the guest is a stayover, we don't necessarily need to re-clean all the sheets and the towels. So if the towels are on the floor, we re-clean them. If they're hung up on the rack, we reuse the towels again.
So it cuts down on water and things like that?
Water and chemicals.
Very good.
And we also use chemicals that are less toxic to the environment as well.
So in addition to having the most beautiful views in the world right here from Santa Monica, the ocean view, we've got the pier, we've got all these beautiful people from around the world, we can come to a green hotel and we can actually save the environment while we're kicking back. You know, after talking to Robert, you really do start to see things in the room that'll help you be green. Like this sign over here that says turn off the lights when you're not in the room. And since we're going in there, they're off. Also, here's a sign, save our planet. Hang up your towels when you're done with your shower. You don't have to just use them once and throw them on the floor. Hang them up, use them again. Here's that low flow toilet we were talking about. Less than 1 gallon per flush. For your pleasure, no doubt. Also, take short showers. Now get on out of here. I gotta get wet. Wow. Just what I thought. CFL light bulbs. Another way to save the environment, blow dry your hair by the ocean. 100% recycled paper and 2x2, mighty comfortable. Says the earth is actually cooling. If it's printed, it's gonna get recycled here at Ocean View. Now I better get out of his office. We do such a good job teaching people how to be green. I'm waiting on the call from the president. Might be a while. Even the cups and plates are environmentally friendly. So not only support this business because it's green, but it's also only a few steps away from the pier, from getting your feet in the sand, and it's also a beautiful view. I like that hotel. They're doing a lot of cool things. Well, I won't keep you in suspense any longer. How can you be green while you're on the computer? Well, let's switch to online banking. First, it saves you time, then it saves you money. It also saves the trees because you're not using all that paper. Next time you go to the ATM, do try to not get the receipt. Now let's go out and fix an old bike. I met some friends that can help us out. You know, nothing's more green than riding your bike. But what if your bike's been sitting in the garage for years and you didn't use it, just like that Stairmaster? Well, you can come down to these guys right here at Cynergy Cycles, and they'll help you fix up your old bike, maybe some new tires, perhaps some new brakes. And while you're here, you can also support the recycling bin with your old rubber products. This place is great. Let's go in. Diego's going to help us fix up this bike. Hey, Diego. Thanks for having us in today, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Todd. How you doing?
Hey, like I said, I've got an old bike here. Is it worth keeping?
Well, let's see. It looks like you've been sitting for a long time, probably about how long, about 4 years or so?
Yeah, that's about right.
Nice old bike. Sure, let's see what we can do.
What can we do? Come on back.
All right.
So, Diego, we used to just flip the bike upside down and start working on the tires. You have a fancy rack here. Can you tell us what we're going to do?
Absolutely, yeah. This makes it a lot easier to work on the bike. So what I'm going to do is check your bike. It's been sitting for a long time, so I'm going to check the condition of the rubber, the brake pads. It's a safety issue. If your tires dry out, if your brake pads dry out, just like a car. You don't want worn-out tires. You don't want worn-out
They don't work
brake
as
pads.
well when it's
They
not
don't work
soft
as well,
rubber.
exactly, and they can potentially fail if they're dried out. So this bike's been sitting for a long time, so definitely you want to put new tires on this. Brake pads, they do dry out. They're very hard. What I check for as well is the condition of the cables. They can rust and they start to fray. So we're going to, we look at the cables. These brake cables seem to be holding up okay. We look at the anchor points where they attach to the actual caliper. This is where the cables usually fail.
Now, a lot of folks definitely want to use a bike because it's green. It obviously doesn't use any of the fossil fuels to move the bike. Is it pretty inexpensive to keep a bike up to date in terms of safety and things like that? How long would a bike last if you took care of it?
If you took care of a bike, I mean, for example, this bike, it's at least 10, almost 15 years old. If you take care of it, it can last a pretty long time. I mean, tires still fit. They still make the right-fitting tires. They still make brake pads for them, cables. So if you can maintain it, absolutely lasts a long time. It's limited to components, however. Components do get updated, and the newer stuff doesn't work with the older stuff. So in some cases, the bike might be obsolete and not worth fixing anymore if certain parts get worn out.
You can normally see that right away on a bike like this?
Absolutely, yes.
Now, you're going to make some adjustments for us today. Can we get to that?
Sure.
Cool. Not quite as fast as a pit crew at NASCAR, but I'm going to time them.
Okay, Todd, so we're going to put new tires on your bike, new inner tubes, brake pads, and then give it a once over, make sure the gears and brakes are working. Okay. So here we go.
So Diego, you said you guys can recycle all the old rubber parts?
Yeah, we do. All the rubber that is waste, we have a recycling bin.
And where do those go?
They go to a recycling center. Same thing with all the metal.
Oh, you guys recycle the metal parts too?
Yeah, we recycle the metal, so nothing really gets wasted. Some of the parts that are still somewhat usable, we recycle them at other shops that donate services and used parts to some people that they just can't afford.
There's a pretty good used market that you guys can refurbish some of the parts on and get them out to there. That's awesome. Yeah, keep working. Union. Diego, this is awesome. It didn't even look like the same bike.
Yeah, did a little TLC.
No
it's
question.
amazing what you can do.
Wow, just like new, man. Everything's working now. I sure appreciate it.
Definitely.
How do I get it off the rack? Dude, thank you very much, man. I sure appreciate it.
You're welcome, Todd.
All right. Now I can go and be green with my new green bike. Just like cookies, if they stick together, you get them both. Thanks, Diego.
I wonder if he knows how much that bike really costs.
That bike turned out pretty good, didn't it? How else can you reduce your carbon footprint while you're on the computer? Well, you can shop online. You'll save the fossil fuels by not driving from place to place. Plus, who likes the hassle of parking? Now let's go check in with Natalie, who's doing some good work at the Red Cross.
Being sustainable isn't just about recycling and driving a hybrid. You can also be sustainable by helping out your community and volunteering at an organization that means something to you. And that's just what we're going to do right here at the Santa Monica Red Cross. I'm here with John at the Red Cross. How you doing?
I'm doing very well today.
Great, thank you for having you here. Me too. I'm so glad to be here. Yeah. So a lot of people know about the Red Cross. They've heard of it. You guys are a very well-known organization. But what would you say your mission statement is?
Well, you know, it's been the same mission statement for about 100 years, and it's helping people prevent, prepare for, and respond to emergencies. And over the years, they've added a little bit to that. We have the blood services, which I believe you're going to experience today as a volunteer.
I am.
So, yeah, and of course, we do training now, which we didn't do 100 years ago, but first aid, CPR, aquatics programs. And of course, especially since September 11th, we've been involved in disaster preparedness for many years. And we're doing a lot more in terms of helping the community get prepared for disaster.
So I'm assuming you need a lot of volunteers.
We do need
right?
a lot of volunteers. In fact, this is the Santa Monica Red Cross chapter, and there's really only 5 full-time employees here.
Oh.
And yet we service not just the 90,000 residents, but the 250,000 folks that are here every day for work. So that's a large job to do. You could not do it with just 5 people.
No.
So we need volunteers, and we've got a pool of about 1,000 volunteers. And that's a typical ratio for Red Cross, maybe 5 paid to about 1,000 volunteers. And of course, people come and go all the time. People move in, people move out, go back to school, go back to jobs. So we always need new volunteers. And just about every service that we perform here is performed really primarily by volunteers. So we need volunteers, yes.
Excellent. So what would some of the volunteers do if they would come into the Red Cross?
You know what, just about anything you can imagine. We try and tailor the volunteer assignment to the skill set of the volunteers.
Oh, that makes
sense.
sense.
And we're pretty creative about that. So,
Yeah.
you know, it used to be in the old days, you know, people would come in, and you've seen the movies, they roll bandages, you know, those sorts of things. Today when people come in, especially younger folks, but not necessarily, we have a lot of people who come in with technology skills.
Okay.
And that's really important for us. To be able to reach out to the 90,000 residents and all those other people, you've got to use technology to do that. So we have people that come in and support our website so we can keep it updated and get information out to folks.
Right.
And then, you know, I'm an old guy, so I don't understand all this
No.
social networking, but we have younger volunteers that have come in and helped us start our Facebook page and those kinds of things.
Yep, get on Twitter, yep.
Twittering, that's right, Twitter. So doing all those sorts of things, and that's really had a big impact, especially for younger folks who need to get that preparedness information. It's
Okay.
not like it was my mother's Red Cross.
Right.
She was a Red Cross.
Oh.
But my mother's Red Cross, where, you know, you'd have people come in and they'd work a whole 8 hours, and they'd
Right.
work 2 or 3 days. People don't have that much time.
Right.
So we can work around it. You've got a couple, 3 hours you can come and give to us. We can find work for you to do.
Good to know.
Make you feel good.
Thank you so much, John. And I know Robert is going to help me.
Robert's going to take you around.
I'm
And
going to do some volunteering
do
myself.
all of it for you. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
You're welcome.
I'm going to
Thank
get to
you.
work. All right, I handed in my application. Now all I have to do is watch this short training video, and I only have to do it once, and then I'm in the system. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank
Welcome to
you.
the American Red Cross.
Ah.
Here's your name tag.
All
I
right.
need you to fill that out, and Ms. Raimundo is going to give you your best, and you'll get started today.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm ready. There are many things you can do here as a volunteer, but I'm going to start off by doing some general office work. Oh, I think I have a call. Good afternoon, American Red Cross of Santa Monica. How may I help you? One of the projects they're working on right now is making emergency kits for seniors. Just like this, right? Well, last but not least, I could not leave here without donating some blood. It's a great cause, and I encourage all of you guys to come out here to the Red Cross and do it. Really nice nurses, too. All right, that completes my first day of volunteering at the Red Cross, and I had so much fun. Thank you so much, Robert.
Thank you, Natalie, for coming.
Absolutely, and if people want to volunteer, which I know they're going to, where are you guys located, and what's your website?
We're at 1450 11th Street, corner 11th and Broadway. You can go to our site, redcrossofsantamonica.org. The phone number is 310-394-3773. Thank you
Perfect.
so
Thank
much.
you, and I better give you this vest back, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You need that.
You got it. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
I'll be
Have
back.
a nice one.
I
We're looking
will.
forward to seeing you again.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Love the folks at the Red Cross. They're great for our community. One final tip about the computer. You can search over thousands of websites that'll teach you to live a more sustainable life. Well, that's our show for today. Hope you enjoyed yourself. For Natalie Horton and Todd Weatherill, don't forget to be green.